change consulting. We're here for dropping gems, okay? Mr. Anthony D. Wright is in the building per usual. And as you can see, my seat been real hot. It's been real hot. I'm having somebody every time, and I'm dropping gems while I'm doing so. I have Mr. Vince Queen here in the building. Yes. So, Mr. Queen, I am definitely going to ask you, what is it that you do? Let these people know. What is it that you do? That's a loaded question, though. I know.
What do you do? You know, the real answer would be, you know what? I give people money.
Oh.
And so
Oh,
you really
okay.
think about it from that perspective.
Okay.
That should make people's eyes wide. So,
we talk about money again?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
I mean, it's so important as an entrepreneur to get some money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I've been in the mortgage industry for almost 24 years now. Started out as just a loan officer. Now, you know, I'm a licensed loan officer. DC, Maryland, Virginia. At one time, I had my licenses as far as Miami, in Florida, Delaware, and Pennsylvania.
Dang, Miami is hard to get a license out here.
Yeah, well, you know, so is our homeowners insurance.
Oh.
But that's another story.
story.
Yeah.
All right.
So I've been doing this for some time, and I'm really doing it because, you know what, passionate about it. It's what I really like to do. And as a matter of fact, that's how I met you.
Yeah.
As a mortgage lender. And I've been being able to make change for families for the last 24, 25 years, and helping people really, if you really think about it, I've been helping people gain wealth. All right, and so wealth
we
is
talked
what
about
it's all
that.
about.
Yeah, we talked about the three components, right?
Yeah.
Spirituality, health, and wealth. Yeah, so I'm bringing it here, dropping these gems. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Mr. Vince Queen because, like he said, I was working with him when I got my first set of keys, my first set. You know what I'm saying? My first set.
Yeah, you got dirt on
Yeah, I got dirt on my is it right here? All right. My first set. But what's important is Mr. Vince Queen helped me to close on my first property. And I brag about it all the time by writing a check for $536. $536. This man, I was making $36,000 a year at the time. And he found every piece of money that I could possibly find to qualify me for my house. $36,000. That was it. That's all I made.
Well, you made $36,000, but you did something else that most people won't do, and that is you listened.
Oh.
So whatever I made a suggestion, you did it.
Oh.
You followed through. You followed up.
Oh.
So
Jim,
that's it.
I listened. I listened.
Listen to pay attention.
Oh.
Unlike many folks, they often say that, you know what, they're paying attention to what you're suggesting. So the very first thing that we did, if you don't remember, is that we before we went into your income and all that kind of stuff, I asked you one question. And the one question was, how was your credit?
You did.
And you went, well, and I said, all right, we're going to church.
You can ask me about that now. Hey,
you can
ask me about that credit now.
But we took your credit report, we went through it, we took it apart, and I said, if you do these things, and you did do every one of them. I said, if you do these things, I said, you know what, we'll get you that house. We'll get you the one you want. And you did everything. So first thing I'm going to say to folks in terms of financial literacy is that, you know, when in purchasing a home, first thing you have to do is check your credit. If your numbers aren't right, then you know what, you need to have somebody sit down with you and explain what that means. When I say numbers, I mean, usually most credit bureaus, there are three: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Of the three, they usually have a credit score attached to them. Typically, with that credit score, you know, there are minimums in today's market, whereas when you were buying, it was even more minimal. We needed like a 620 credit score back then.
Yeah.
Now we need like 640, 660. But we went through your credit, we tore it apart, we figured out what you could pay off, what you had to pay down, because you didn't pay everything off, we didn't need to. And believe it or not, I still got a copy of your credit report.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, I took that information, I saved it, but I use you as an example still because you took everything I suggested and you ran with it. But most people will take a suggestion and they will do nothing with it.
Jim, most people will they will take the information. Don't be taking this information on my podcast and you not using it.
There you go.
Please don't.
Credit is really, the most important thing that you really have to dive into that first before you buy a house or do anything of that nature. I'll give you a quick example of something. So I had a lady today. She's been avoiding me. She was referred to me by another realtor. And so she's been avoiding me. So every time I talk to her, the first thing she would tell me is, well, look, I need to get another job so I can make some more money so I can buy a house. I said, is that the right direction you really want to go? So she paused and she said, well, what do you mean? Well, that's all I wanted her to say. I said, well, shouldn't you kind of figure out what your credit's like and how much house you can buy based on your credit and all that kind of stuff before you take a job that not gonna pay you enough money? You might have to get a job that pays you more than enough money so you can buy what you want to buy. How much mortgage payment do you want to pay a month? So basically, the credit report is a place to start planning.
Yeah, the one thing that is so important in entrepreneurship land that I be plugging to my mentees and people who come to me for advice is that your personal credit is what drives your business too. You can't expect that you could be a business owner without personal credit, because I'm telling y'all that you're going to get denied, and you're going to get denied multiple times if your personal credit is not in place. It's so important to pay attention to the credit and to be cognizant. Now, back when I met Mr. Queen, I didn't know that I was going to be an entrepreneur. Now, was I aspiring to be one? Yeah, I knew I had to work for myself, but I didn't know. But I knew that credit, for some reason, was something that I needed to always obtain and always have. So being an entrepreneur is so important to do that, but also to understand having this wealth of knowledge, of understanding the basics of what it takes to be financially, personally stable, helps you to be psychologically ready for the business part of it. Because I feel very financially stable because I'm giving you all of this knowledge from all of the things that we've been talking about. But also I know that time for change I could say on a letter or a grant letter that I could be the personal guarantee because I have this much credit and this is my credit score. And these lenders I've already paid back and they trust me. So it's going to be important for you to have that. This is the only way that you could do this third component that we are talking about in these segments, which is have wealth. It's so important. I wanted to, Mr. Wright, you was asking some questions.
Well, I'm not as young as I look, so I forgot. But
it's so
there's something wrong with me. I know it. That's what she wanted to say. So I've actually forgotten my question, and
You asked a question about redlining.
right
Yeah.
now that's what. Yeah, can you please explain what redlining means and how did it come about? What was the objective of redlining back in the day?
So back in the day, redlining was attached to lending. So banks would only lend to individuals they would only lend to individuals, but they wouldn't lend in certain neighborhoods. So back in the day, when you went for a house, I'll go take the example down my grandmother's house. So she lived off of First and U Street. So she bought that house for $45,000 back in the day. So
First and U.
One of them big row houses.
Right.
So she said, when they went to go get a loan, they needed to put a certain amount of money down. But because banks would not lend to people that look like us, as a result of that, that was quoted as redlining. So they wouldn't lend And they didn't come up with a reason why. They just said, your application was denied.
Yeah.
So over the years, now, those banks, whose name I won't say, they
Can we
have.
say it for you?
No.
You can if you want,
No.
but I'm not
Okay.
gonna say.
No,
it.
no.
But those banks now, they have to give back to the community, and for low to moderate income folks, those banks now have to give a certain amount of money back and approve a whole lot of loans.
So
The things they did in the past.
So the reason why it's so important for him to tell you this is because, this is applicable to the housing, right? And it's different housing and stuff laws and protections in place and all these different things. And entrepreneur land
Same thing.
and business loans, they will deny you. Same way, same reason, same, I look very different owning a school. But I look like a person owning a school in Washington, D.C. Southwest. But my zip code is in the hood. So you need business credit just like you need personal credit. And you have to make sure that you're paying attention to your personal credit and your business credit so that you can grow at the same time or at your trajectory that you're trying to grow. I work with so many different people and I tell them all the time, do not let that car go. Do not let that credit card, that bare minimum, you only have to pay $25 and you're not paying it. Just pay it. Do not let all of that stuff go. It's so important for you to just pay the bare minimum if that's what you have to maintain and establish the credit for your business. Now, we're not talking about we're going to be talking about the financial stuff, the accounting stuff, and all the tax stuff and all of that stuff the next time when we do have a show. But I want you to understand that the basics of your personal finances is definitely understanding the business finances that you need to understand as well to secure your business.
I'm glad you mentioned that because as you speak, I'm sitting here thinking, do you know that you have to have 3 to 4 references for a business to go get a loan from a bank? Typically, they want 3 to 4 references. They want to know who else gave you money. And so, in order to just get money, you have to have people that they can call and say, hey, did he pay it back?
And you can have them people that still call and be a different color and don't get the money.
That's right.
I know.
Right. That's exactly right.
I know.
Yeah.
So you gotta be on top of your game times 3.
Absolutely.
Real quick, so what are some of the surefire signs that you are being discriminated against, either for a business loan or a personal loan? What are some of the stuff? Because I know we had talked about it while we was off air, and I wanted to bring that back
Well,
up.
you know what? There's a lot of little ways. I experienced some of this through, well, let's put it this way, documentation. One of the things that they're looking at more these days from individuals that are buying a house, they're looking at your documentation. So one of the things is they said no large deposits can be put into a bank account. And so your definition of a large deposit to me would be what, maybe $5,000 or $2,000 or $1,000. And so most banks' definition these days, and this is a way that they try to protect themselves, is $100.
You say who?
$100.
$100.
Right, they call that a ball.
They call it
Yeah.
But that is now considered a large.
Wow.
That's something that's
Get out of here.
I'm trying to tell you, that's considered a large deposit. Well, as a large deposit now, how do most people pay for things?
Cash,
Or
credit card,
a debit card.
debit card.
All right. So people Zelle and they do all that other stuff, right? Well, I've had a couple of instances lately. I think it's discriminatory to me, but you have people that all they do is give people money back and forth on the Zelle, right? Well, based on that now, and Venmo, that's another one.
Yeah,
That's
Venmo.
huge. So what they end up doing now is that they see all this money going in and out of your bank account. Somebody could be giving you money, you could be spending money, but they want the actual account. Now they want an accounting of who's giving you the money They want to make sure it's not a gift. They want to make, so to me, that's becoming more and more discriminatory because it's such a little amount of money.
Wow.
And nobody's really, what?
I'm going to school y'all on this accounting stuff, y'all. Y'all not going to get caught in that. I'm going to school you on the accounting and bookkeeping stuff because Time for Change is a nonprofit and Time for Change Consulting is a for-profit. It is a reason why those businesses are what they are. It is a reason why I have money here and money there.
That's correct.
So I can't wait to school you on that. That's for sure. That's a segue into the next session because we're going to get to the grit of this. Yeah.
That's big stuff.
That is.
And as a business, you need to have 2 separate accounts. You should have a personal account, but you also have to have a business account.
Please.
And so.
Gym. There might be a small gym to some of y'all, but it's a large gym to a lot of y'all. Please do not use your same account.
That's right.
Do not. Do not. Even when somebody pay me for makeup, let me look at my business Zelle. Let me give you that one. Somebody pay me for teacher. Let me look at this Zelle. I'm going to get you in that one. It benefits you to have a different business account because you are developing business credit.
That's correct. So I'm going to hit you one more thing with business then.
He said he giving you another gym. That's our code for he giving us another gym.
Let me hit you something. And so let's shift it to business though. So here's a good example. And it's a personal one. So I have an example where me and the guys from Carroll High School, we ended up, and we're still friends today, believe it or not. We set up our own LLC. So the LLC was really designed to work on the whole goal, and what we were looking to do was anything that we could invest in, we were going to invest in. Real estate was really our prime goal. So when we did that, so we set up the LLC, me and 7 other guys, and then one of the things that we did was we decided that, you know what, if we're going to do this, let's do it right. So we had a holding account. A holding account had all our money in it as an LLC group. Then we had another account that we used for paying for expenses. Then we had another account for whenever we bought a property, and we've got a couple. Whenever we bought a property, we had a separate account for that and a separate LLC for that.
Oh, okay.
So you have to set up different LLCs for different investments, for different things you're doing, as well as setting up a different bank account so you have money for your holdings.
It sounds like 50 gems. It sounds like 50 gems right there, y'all. Did y'all hear that? Because if you ain't writing notes on my show, you ain't coming to a show that is bringing by me. I'm going to just let you know. Write all of that down, please.
Yeah.
Please.
So the whole idea though, so I bring up a couple quick points. So LLC. So you have to set up, if you're going to do business, set up your own LLC. And especially if you're going to get into real estate. Then there are all kinds of real estate opportunities that you can get involved with. 1031 exchange, that's one. There's a term, I can't remember the name of the term, but if you want to rent out your basement of your current house, you know what? You can use that as a tax deduction because you know what? Somebody's helping you pay your mortgage.
Somebody is helping me pay my mortgage. How about that?
See there?
Yeah.
So there's a number of, and as an LLC, as a group, and we've looked into this as well, you know what? You can purchase in, low to moderate income places. And these things are called opportunity zones. I'm sure you've heard of them before.
I have.
And so with an opportunity zone, it allows you the opportunity to really buy something in a particular neighborhood.
I need a cash register of gems when I got guests. When I'm here by myself, we do like that one gem up. You know what I'm saying, co-host? We do that one gem up. When I got guests, I gotta have like the cash register. I gotta have like the cash register of gems just dropping. Yeah, that's what we need.
So those are just a couple of things from a business perspective. As people look at their business, there's a number of different opportunities in real estate that you can take advantage of. But hey, your credit's got to be set up, and there is business credit. We talked about that. So you have to have business credit set up. You have to have your LLC set up. You have to have your holding company set up. And as a result of that, you spend a lot of time planning to be in business.
Yeah, you do.
So
this is the time now. Everybody's on here planning. Mr. Wright over here sucking it all in. He's
so I'll tell you what I was thinking.
What's he thinking?
Because if y'all smell wood burning up there, so I've been thinking, you know. So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That's correct.
Jim.
That's correct.
And that's what's been hitting me.
Wait a minute, hold on. Roll it back.
Oh, she wanted me to run that back.
I want you to run that back.
If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
Write it down.
So when our guests come in, I'm just trying to glean the information, especially off them Carol dudes. Because they kind of sharp.
They kind of sharp. They kind of
sharp.
sharp.
As the dozer.
Okay.
And he knows his stuff and he's passionate about it. And you know, the last 2 shows, we've had passionate guests that just believe.
Talking about that wealth.
Yeah, y'all believe it, you breathe it, you in it, you know, to win it, you just all this in there. You know, like ragu, you just all in there.
Absolutely, man.
Ragu.
It's in there.
It's the hood perspective. It's the hood perspective.
That's
Yes.
it.
Well, I know that Mr. Queen, you. I don't know if you do like, you know, consulting with financial literacy or whatever the case may be, just one-on-one. But I know that you do that with your clients who purchase homes from you. So I know that this wealth of knowledge that you render today is a peak of, or just a tip of what you can offer to your clientele and your clients. So I want to make sure that you tell our guests exactly where they can find you, your telephone number, and your information, because we're going to put it on the end of our podcast so that you can have this man's information and get all of the knowledge of financial guidance that you may need in purchasing your home. Now, he might not give you all the information that he just dropped on Droppin Gems, but write your notes and I'll see if we could bother him in some of our meetings.
Guess what?
Yeah.
You won't be, look, you can twist my arm and get away with it.
Oh, yeah. See, man?
So, name is Vincent Queen. I work for a company called Success Mortgage Partners. And been with Success Mortgage Partners now only about 4 months. It's actually probably my 3rd or 4th company I've worked with in the last 25 years. So,
wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I do all different types of financing.
And he still keep up with me.
I do.
Yeah.
I made it a point to keep up with you.
Yes.
So I've been in the business for 25 years now. My phone number is 240-418-2143. You can look me up on successmortgagepartners.com.
Successmortgagepartners.com.
Yep. And my email address, if you just want to shoot me something and say, hey man, I got a question, it would be vqueen@smprate.
Tell them you're from Droppin Gems. You don't get to just say, hey man, what's up? You tell them Tanya Ridley sent you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And if you do that, and if you say Tanya sent you, then you know what? I'm going to spend more time with you and treat you like a jewel.
There you go. And a gem.
There you go.
You are a gem. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Queen. I really do.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Yes. I want to make sure that I give you a gift.
Right, there go your bag.
You know, give you a bag. You know what I'm saying? The last time I passed out a bag, not on camera.
Well, thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
I
Yes,
appreciate
that's from
you.
us
Thank
to you.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to do it because I would have done it for just because of you.
That's all right.
So,
That's okay.
So I appreciate you.
Yes, and it's the right.
Would it be fair to say
Yes, sir.
to our viewing audience
Yes.
that Mr. Queen was hanging out with the Queen?
Oh yeah, man.
Of TLC.
Yeah, absolutely,
Hey,
man. Absolutely.
yes,
Absolutely.
I like
It
that.
don't get no better than that.
Hey.
And if I may add, her growth since I met her, the things that she's doing now, I think is absolutely tremendous.
Oh.
And you are making a difference in people's lives. So you keep doing that.
Thank
Because I saw that in you a long time ago.
You told me you did.
So keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna keep affecting lives, and you're gonna change a few people. So don't
I
stop.
can't wait to change you. I can't wait to change you.
You are too much.
I can't wait to change you. I am ordained to do this. I want to thank you all for coming to Time for Change Tuesdays at Droppin Gems. Every other Tuesday at 6 p.m. I know you have a hard time waiting for us in between these 2 weeks with all of this wealth of information, but it is what it is. You must wait. You must wait for greatness. Okay? Yeah, you must wait for greatness. Is that a gem or did I just shoot him down?
You just dropped it on him.
I just dropped it
They
on
didn't even
him.
see that one coming.
I dropped the mic today. All right. Now remember the next time, I already talked about and discussed what we're going to be talking about next time, so I'm not going to repeat myself because you should be taking notes. I'll talk to you all in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good one.